China just unveiled something that has Pentagon officials losing sleep. The J-20S isn't just another fighter jet. It's the world's first twin-seat stealth fighter, and it's already flying missions with capabilities that directly challenge everything we thought we knew about air superiority. While our F-22s and F-35s have dominated the skies for decades, this new Chinese aircraft can do something neither of our fighters can: command entire drone swarms while remaining completely invisible to radar. The numbers are staggering, and the implications are even more concerning. The J-20S represents China's boldest challenge yet to American air dominance. This isn't speculation or propaganda. This is hard intelligence gathered from the aircraft's official debut just months ago at China's Victory Day parade. What makes this fighter so dangerous isn't just its stealth capabilities or advanced engines. It's what that second seat can do that should have every American paying attention. Our brave men and women in the Air Force have maintained air superiority for generations, and they deserve to know exactly what they're up against. The J-20S changes the game in ways that go far beyond traditional dogfighting. If you believe our military deserves the best equipment to face this threat, type "Support our pilots" in the comments below. But before we dive into exactly how this threatens our F-22 and F-35 fighters, here's what caught intelligence analysts completely off guard. The J-20S didn't just appear overnight. Chinese engineers have been quietly perfecting this design for over 3 years, studying every weakness they could identify in our own aircraft. And what they've created might just be the most direct challenge to American air power since the Cold War. Section 1. Direct Threat to F-22 Raptor. Let's start with why the J-20S poses a specific threat to our F-22 Raptor, the world's most advanced air superiority fighter. The F-22 was designed to dominate one-on-one engagements using superior stealth and advanced sensors. But the J-20S changes the rules of engagement completely. Here's the problem. While our F-22 excels at beyond visual range combat against single targets, the J-20S can coordinate with multiple drone wingmen simultaneously. When an F-22 pilot thinks he's engaging one enemy aircraft, he's actually facing a coordinated attack from up to 5 platforms. One manned J-20S, commanding 4 unmanned combat drones. The F-22's advantage has always been its ability to see first and shoot first. But Chinese engineers studied this capability and developed countermeasures. The J-20S uses its drone wingmen as expendable scouts, forcing our F-22 pilots to reveal their positions by engaging the unmanned platforms. Once located, the manned J-20S can coordinate attacks from multiple vectors simultaneously. Even more concerning is the numbers game. We have exactly 186 operational F-22 Raptors, and we stopped production over a decade ago. China is currently producing over 100 J-20 variants annually, including the new J-20S models. By simple mathematics, they can overwhelm our F-22 fleet through sheer numbers, even if our aircraft maintain individual superiority. The J-20S also matches the F-22's Super Cruise capability with its new WS-15 engines. This eliminates one of the Raptor's key advantages, the ability to maintain supersonic speeds without afterburners. Now both aircraft can sustain high-speed intercepts, but the J-20S has superior range, allowing it to choose when and where to engage our forces. But the threat to our F-35 Lightning II fleet is even more concerning, because the J-20S directly counters the F-35's greatest strengths in ways that could prove devastating in actual combat. Section 2. Direct Threat to F-35 Lightning II. The F-35 Lightning II was designed as a multi-role fighter with unmatched sensor fusion and networking capabilities. But the J-20S presents specific challenges that directly undermine these advantages. Here's why our F-35 pilots should be deeply concerned about this new Chinese fighter. First, range. The F-35's single engine limits its combat radius compared to twin-engine fighters like the J-20S. In Pacific operations, this becomes critical. A J-20S can reach Taiwan from mainland China, conduct extended combat operations, and return home without refueling. The same mission pushes an F-35 to its absolute limits and requires vulnerable tanker support that becomes a priority target for Chinese forces. The J-20S directly threatens the F-35's networking advantage through electronic warfare capabilities. That second crew member isn't just managing drones. They're conducting sophisticated jamming operations designed to disrupt the data links that make F-35 formations so effective. When our F-35s can't share sensor data seamlessly, they lose their primary tactical advantage. Speed presents another critical disadvantage. The F-35 has a maximum speed of Mach 1.6, while the J-20S can exceed Mach 2.0 with its new engines. This speed differential allows Chinese fighters to dictate engagement terms. They can choose to fight when conditions favor them and withdraw when they don't. Our F-35 pilots lose the ability to pursue retreating enemies or escape unfavorable situations. Perhaps most concerning is payload capacity. The J-20S can carry nearly 28,000 pounds of internal and external weaponry compared to the F-35's maximum of 18,000 pounds. This allows Chinese fighters to carry longer-range missiles that can engage our aircraft before F-35 weapons reach effective range. The mathematics of missile engagement favor the platform with longer-range weapons and higher speed. Before we dive deeper into exactly how this threatens our forces, please take a second to like this video and subscribe. Over 98% of viewers watch without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. Section 3. The production numbers threat. Here's where the threat becomes existential for American air superiority. While we struggle to maintain production of our advanced fighters due to cost and complexity, China is mass-producing J-20 specifically to overwhelm our F-22 and F-35 fleets through sheer numbers. The mathematics are stark and favor China decisively. Each J-20 costs approximately $120 million to produce. Each F-35A costs $178 million, with the carrier variant exceeding $200 million. Our F-22 program cost over $350 million per aircraft by the time production ended. China can build nearly 3 J-20s for every 2 F-35s we produce. Current intelligence estimates suggest China manufactures over 100 J-20 variants annually. America produces roughly 48 F-35s per year across all services. By 2030, China will operate over 800 J-20 variants, while we maintain 186 F-22s and approximately 450 F-35s. In any sustained conflict, these numbers spell disaster for American air superiority, but raw numbers only tell part of the story. China's production strategy specifically targets our fighters' vulnerabilities. They're not trying to build better individual aircraft. They're building enough adequate aircraft to overwhelm our superior but limited platforms. This strategy works because modern air combat isn't about individual dogfights. It's about sustained operations over weeks or months. Even if our F-22s and F-35s achieve favorable kill ratios, attrition mathematics favor the side with more aircraft. China can afford to lose 2 J-20s for every American fighter destroyed and still maintain numerical superiority. The J-20S makes this numbers problem worse by multiplying effective Chinese aircraft through drone integration. Each J-20S, commanding 4 drones, creates a 5-platform threat package. 4 J-20S with full drone complements present the combat effectiveness of 20 traditional fighters, all coordinated by experienced human pilots. But perhaps the most dangerous aspect isn't the individual capabilities of the J-20S. It's how Chinese military doctrine plans to use these aircraft against our most critical weaknesses. Section 4. Targeting American vulnerabilities. Chinese military strategists spent decades studying American airpower projection, and they identified critical vulnerabilities that the J-20S is specifically designed to exploit. This threatens both our F-22 and F-35 operations by targeting the support systems these advanced fighters require. American air power depends on forward bases, aircraft carriers, and aerial refueling tankers. These assets enable our fighters to project power across Pacific distances, but they also create high-value targets that Chinese forces prioritize. The J-20S's extended range allows it to threaten these critical assets from previously safe distances. Consider aerial refueling operations. Both the F-22 and F-35 require tanker support for extended Pacific missions. These large, non-stealthy aircraft become prime targets for J-20S formations operating with drone wingmen. The tankers can't defend themselves, and defending fighters must position themselves predictably around these vulnerable assets. Aircraft carriers present an even more attractive target. The J-20S's range allows it to threaten carrier operations throughout the first island chain while remaining based on mainland China. This forces our carrier groups to operate farther from potential conflict zones, reducing F-35C effectiveness and complicating mission planning. Forward air bases throughout the Pacific face similar threats. Airfields in Japan, Guam, and potentially even Hawaii could face coordinated J-20S attacks designed to crater runways and destroy aircraft on the ground. The stealth characteristics that make the J-20S difficult to intercept also make it nearly impossible to defend against in surprise attacks. The J-20S's drone coordination capability multiplies these threats exponentially. Instead of planning defenses against individual aircraft, American commanders must prepare for coordinated swarm attacks involving multiple manned fighters directing dozens of unmanned platforms simultaneously. Chinese doctrine calls this systems destruction warfare, targeting the interconnected systems that enable American air power rather than engaging our fighters directly. The J-20S provides the range, stealth, and coordination capabilities to execute this strategy effectively against both F-22 and F-35 operations. Section 5. Technological advantages that threaten us. The J-20S incorporates specific technological advances designed to counter the advantages our F-22 and F-35 fighters have relied upon for decades. Understanding these capabilities helps explain why Pentagon officials consider this aircraft such a significant threat. The WS-15 engine represents China's most important breakthrough. With 180 kilonewtons of thrust per engine, the twin-engine J-20S generates more raw power than any operational fighter in the world. This power advantage directly threatens both American fighters by enabling superior speed and altitude performance that allows Chinese pilots to dictate engagement terms. Super cruise capability changes the tactical equation completely. Previously, only our F-22 could maintain supersonic speeds without afterburners. Now, the J-20S matches this capability while offering superior range. This eliminates a key American advantage while providing Chinese forces with enhanced operational flexibility. The advanced sensor suite aboard the J-20S specifically targets our stealth advantages. While American fighters remain stealthier overall, the J-20S incorporates multiple detection methods, including infrared search and track systems, passive radio frequency sensors, and advanced radar configurations designed to detect low observable aircraft. Electronic warfare capabilities pose a direct threat to F-35 networking advantages. The J-20S carries sophisticated jamming equipment operated by the second crew member, designed to disrupt the data links that enable F-35 formations to share sensor information seamlessly. Without this networking capability, F-35s lose much of their tactical effectiveness. The drone command and control systems represent perhaps the most revolutionary advancement. No American fighter currently operates with loyal wingman capabilities approaching the J-20S standard. This gives Chinese pilots coordination options that American forces cannot match with existing equipment. Chinese engineers achieved these advances through a combination of indigenous research and industrial espionage. While American manufacturers focus on maximizing individual aircraft performance, Chinese designers prioritized capabilities that specifically counter American tactical advantages. The question every American should be asking isn't whether our pilots are better trained than Chinese aviators. They absolutely are. The real question is whether superior training can overcome coordinated attacks by larger numbers of increasingly capable aircraft. Section 6. How America must respond. The J-20S threat requires immediate and comprehensive responses across technology, tactics, and industrial capacity to maintain American air superiority against this growing challenge to our F-22 and F-35 fleets. Technologically, America must accelerate development of sixth-generation fighter programs that incorporate lessons learned from analyzing J-20S capabilities. These future aircraft must include extended range requirements, enhanced electronic warfare resistance, and seamless integration with American loyal wingman programs currently under development. Our existing F-22 and F-35 fleets require immediate upgrades to address J-20S threats. Enhanced electronic warfare suites can counter Chinese jamming attempts. Improved sensors can better detect J-20S aircraft despite their stealth characteristics. Most critically, rapid development of American drone wingman capabilities can restore tactical parity with Chinese manned-unmanned teaming operations. Training adaptations are equally urgent. American pilots must prepare for scenarios involving multiple simultaneous threats, coordinated by intelligent adversaries using tactics no American force has previously encountered. This requires new doctrine, updated simulators, and enhanced cooperation between Air Force, Navy, and Marine aviation units. Industrial capacity presents the greatest long-term challenge. American aircraft manufacturers must find ways to increase production rates while maintaining quality standards that ensure our fighters remain individually superior to Chinese platforms. This may require government investment in production facilities and supply chain optimization. Allied cooperation multiplies American capabilities significantly. While China builds impressive individual platforms, America operates within alliance structures throughout the Pacific. Japanese, Australian, and South Korean Air Forces operating F-35s create distributed threats that complicate Chinese planning and force them to defend against attacks from multiple directions simultaneously. The Pentagon recognizes these challenges and has initiated several response programs. These include improved electronic warfare systems specifically designed to counter drone command links, development of American collaborative combat aircraft, and enhanced air defense systems capable of engaging massed stealth attacks. Perhaps most importantly, American forces must adapt tactically to neutralize J-20S advantages. This includes developing new formations that maximize F-22 and F-35 strengths while minimizing vulnerabilities to coordinated attacks, creating deceptive tactics that exploit Chinese reliance on drone coordination, and integrating ground-based and naval air defenses to create layered protection for critical assets. Section 7. What this means for American security. The J-20S represents more than just a new threat to our F-22 and F-35 fighters. It signals China's emergence as a peer competitor capable of challenging American military dominance across multiple domains simultaneously. For decades, American air superiority provided the foundation for global power projection. Our ability to establish and maintain air dominance enabled ground forces to operate with minimal threats from enemy aircraft and allowed naval forces to project power without fear of sustained air attack. The J-20S directly challenges this fundamental assumption. The implications extend far beyond military considerations. American allies throughout the Pacific have relied on our air superiority guarantee for their own security planning. If China can credibly threaten American air dominance in the region, allied governments may reconsider their strategic alignment and seek accommodation with Chinese interests rather than resistance. Economic consequences follow military developments. Global trade routes, energy supplies, and financial markets all depend on stability maintained by American military presence. If the J-20S and similar Chinese developments successfully challenge this presence, economic disruption could affect every American family through higher costs and reduced opportunities. However, American advantages remain formidable and cannot be easily replicated. Our pilots benefit from superior training, extensive combat experience, and integration with the world's most advanced military technologies. These human and institutional advantages cannot be mass-produced or reverse-engineered by any adversary. Allied relationships provide capabilities that no single nation can achieve independently. While China builds impressive individual platforms like the J-20S, America operates within alliance structures that provide global reach, shared intelligence, and coordinated response capabilities that multiply our effective strength. Technological innovation continues to favor American industry and research institutions. The response to threats like the J-20S will likely produce advances in stealth technology, electronic warfare, artificial intelligence, and unmanned systems that maintain qualitative advantages even as China achieves quantitative parity in some areas. The competition drives improvement on both sides, but ultimately benefits the nation with stronger institutions, better allies, and more innovative capacity. American military superiority has never depended solely on individual weapon systems, but on the complete integration of technology, training, doctrine, and alliance relationships that no competitor has successfully replicated. Outro. The J-20S isn't just another fighter jet. It's China's direct challenge to the F-22 and F-35 superiority that has kept America safe for decades. But challenges have always brought out the best in American military innovation and determination. Our pilots, engineers, and military leaders have consistently adapted to new threats and maintained the edge that protects American interests worldwide. The men and women serving in our Air Force and Navy deserve our complete support as they prepare to face this new era of great power competition. Hit that like button if you support our military's efforts to stay ahead of threats like the J-20S. And subscribe for more analysis of the challenges facing American security in an increasingly dangerous world.